Welcome everybody. 11 a.m. in Australia, 9 a.m. in Cebu, the Philippines. Great to have you here for Flow FridAIs. That's, of course, day is with an AI instead of the Y. As we continue our journey on how to apply AI at work. Flow FridAIs is specifically focused around our AI agent platform, Raya. And what I will say for everyone, and Jason, team, I'll just get you to put everyone else on mute while you're there. This is certainly going to be an exciting time and very much a journey working together into the future as we apply AI at work. Just a big, big hello from everyone from Business Blueprint, all the team members and clients there. Big hello to people from GoTeam Multiplai Tech. Great to have you here on the call today. In fact, a little bit of an insight. Where's everyone from today? Just pop in the chat the city that you're from so we can get a bit of a feel for where people are coming from around the world. Find that chat there. Great. Raj's on the Gold Coast, Nassim on Sydney, Rachel in Wellington, in New Zealand, great. Leanne in Toowoomba, Candace, Auckland. Fantastic. Great to have people from all over. We'll just ask today, because it's a workshop style, please keep yourselves on mute. It would be really helpful for us. Also, with the workshop style, this session is being recorded, so it'll be accessible afterwards, shared with everyone on AIPoweredPeople. That's our YouTube channel, AIPoweredPeople. You'll be able to see the replays there. And the intention here is that you'll follow along. So if you've already got your Raya Pro account, please open that one up. If you don't have one of those, recommend to do the registration. Alternatively, you can just absorb this one today to get the baseline understandings and know that every Friday we'll be releasing sessions so we can jump on live or you can watch the recordings. Now, today is the 31st of May, and this is the first of our live Flow Friday sessions. Next week's session will be pre-recorded because we're already booked out for an innovation event with our developers. But then every Friday after that, same time, same location, same link to come back to as well. And we really encourage too, if you're a business owner, to start finding out who may be one or two of those key team members in your organization to become your flow engineers. They're the ones that will really start to create these AI agents in the workflows to help all team members in your organization to be supported with AI. There's usually one or two key people in the organization. They're tech savvy, they're process thinkers, and they'll love getting into this. Now, when it comes to creating flows and using AI agents, it's definitely a process of, there's a bit of tinkering in the early stages to optimize them, which is just like when you're working with AI and you're prompting those large language models, the responses you get out are dependent upon the prompts you get put in. Now, it's just like working with a human, really. The responses we get out is dependent upon the questions that we put in. So I think the more that we think of this like a human interaction, because it's artificial intelligence, it's intended to be like human intelligence, but it's artificial, that our interactions need to be in a similar way. So the more that we improve the way we communicate, so the greater specificity, the greater clarity that we have, the better the result's going to be. Now, it works exactly the same with human beings as well. And so to study psychology and communication and so forth is really going to put you in good stead for getting the most out of an AI. Right now, wouldn't it be wonderful if auto-magically it all just happened and you didn't have to think about it? Well, we know that doesn't happen in real life, so it also won't happen here. It's over to us to become the flow engineers. So becoming the flow engineers, this is our new skill set. And what I would like you to be able to achieve is to increase your confidence by taking the action. Now, quick question. Has anyone seen Karate Kid? Pop a one in the chat if you've seen Karate Kid. Somewhere along the way, whether it's the old one or the new one, it doesn't matter. Okay, I just want to make sure my analogy is not lost on you. You remember there's like Mr. Miyagi and Daniel-san. And there's a very famous scene in there where Daniel-san's getting frustrated at doing the wax on and the wax off and polishing the cars. And he essentially says to Mr. Miyagi, I came here to learn how to fight, and all you're teaching me how to wax on and wax off on these cars. And Mr. Miyagi senses the frustration and he says to Daniel San, wax on, as he goes to punch him. And in that moment, Daniel San deflects the first punch. Then out comes the second punch, wax off. And Daniel San deflects it again. And it goes wax on, wax off, and the whole scene goes on, and he's deflecting it like, he becomes the Karate Kid in that moment. Now, the lesson that I take from that scene is that it's about being student first and master second. And to get to the master, becoming a master at any level or getting to mastery actually requires us to be the student, have the discipline, do the work, so that then it becomes easy afterwards. And so in all the sessions that we do together, I'm going to invite you to follow along and build what I'm building. And I'll also be sharing with you a couple of files that we'll drop in just a moment and into the chat so you can access them. But I encourage you for this first one, just build it exactly the same. Don't go off path so that you've got an idea of how to do it. Then afterwards, after the session, go and get creative and adjust it and do new things, but just follow along the same way. Now, these sessions will be best if you've got two screens so that you can have me on one screen, or my screen is shared so you can see it in full, and the second screen so you can be doing your work on, or vice versa. Me on the second screen and your work on the primary screen. Also, just to note about how we like to think about AI agents and business in general is to consider the 7 pillars or 7 core pillars that we see in business. Now, no matter how large your organization is, we need to cover these areas: marketing, sales, product and service delivery, which covers your customer service as well, operations, IT, finance, and HR. Now, whether you've got 1 or 2 people in your organization, or if you've got 200 or 2,000 people in your organization or more, we still need to have these different pillars in business. Just sometimes we're wearing many hats to cover them. And as we progress through our learning journey and with Flow Fridays, we'll cover all these different areas: marketing, sales, product, service delivery, operations, IT, finance, and HR. And we'll also soon be giving you an option to invite you to let us know what you might like to have built, so we can help. We'll end up prioritizing those and ranking them, and eventually voting on them, so we can put them into these sessions as well. Okay, let's jump into today's session, and I'm first going to show with you the pre-built end product that we're going for, and so we can begin with the end in mind, and then from there we'll do the build. Now, this particular scenario is about bringing up, helping us with our marketing and lead generation. And so in that respect, we live in a world now where content marketing is king, and chances are you may have a piece of hero content like a PowerPoint presentation or something that you teach. It could be your sales presentation. It could be a particular topic that you've created some information on that you can then record on video. And if you're the expert in your field, so you'll have great knowledge to share. And then from there, it's like, okay, now that I've got that, how do I get it out to the world? Now, I was recently invited to create an online course, a video course, essentially a 1-hour video, which is all around creating your AI strategic roadmap. And so I built out my presentation, I did the filming, and then afterwards I transcribed that piece that I shared, and it left me with the transcript of the session. One of the requirements then is to build out the marketing materials to go with that. So like a course, a trailer video, some social media posts, some short video scripts, and then a marketing Q&A blitz. So I'd be interviewed by someone. It's like, wow, there's a lot of content. And I had an hour to push all this out. So rather than trying to do it myself, I built out the agents, a workflow, and then had the AI write it all for me from the transcript. And so there's a new feature today that you'll see in Raya that will allow us to actually upload a document into the chat so that the agents in the workflow can be working with that particular document in the chat. And so if Nice, our producer here, she's going to help us right now by dropping 2 documents into the chat for us as well. Oh, actually, hold off on that. Nice. We'll come to that in a sec. Let's go and have a look at the end output that we're looking for. So in the chat here, I'll show you what I've done the other day is I've said to the AI that I'd like to create in fact, I did it. Here's one from last night. So here's the end game that we're going for. So we begin with the end in mind. To be able to ask Raya, please, and I'll zoom in, we can see that, please create a range of video marketing scripts to work with the document that I've uploaded here. I didn't even finish writing it properly. It was a terrible prompt, but it did an excellent job. And I've uploaded the transcript, and so you'll get that shortly so you can copy along. And then Raya will respond by searching through and finding a workflow that aligns to this. And once we run the workflow, it'll then generate that. And you'll see this content, probably about 1 minute to generate it. And so we've got what we'll be doing here is saying we're going to drop the transcript into the chat, and then we'll say, please create a range of video marketing scripts to work with the document. And Raya will then go and find us a workflow that we will build today together. And then when we run that workflow in, about 60 seconds, it's going to generate all this content for us. So whether I've got here video course trailer, okay, I'm going to copy that today, but it could be a trailer for your webinar that you've created, so that you've got a really tight marketing script that converts. And here's what comes out. We've got video course trailer 1, approximately 2 minutes, film with mentor or presenter. The objective to enroll potential customers into becoming students, or you could say sign up for your webinar. The style is a marketing video with lots of engagement, using visuals and show the story, keep it punchy and create an emotional response. And it's broken the script down to having a hook to grab attention. Did you know that 85% of companies that succeed in this next decade will have a robust AI strategy in place? Don't get left behind in this fast-paced, ever-changing world of AI. And if you're familiar with marketing, so we go from hook to problem and impact, to agitate the problem, to paradigm shift and solution, authority, and then explaining the benefits, the call to action. And that structure there is going to, from a psychological perspective, is going to keep people moving along until it's time to make the decision. Now, who here's gone to sit down to write some really killer marketing content with all the excitement in the world? Pop a 1 in the chat if you've had this experience. You go to sit down to do the work, and just in that moment, it kind of gets a little bit difficult. You procrastinate, you go off and do something else. Who's had that before? Pop a 1 in the chat. Just Martin? Candace? No, I think most of us will have hit this unless you're a professional copywriter. Now, no, never, ever. Yeah, I can hear the sarcasm, Leanne. This, ladies and gentlemen, is something called the approach avoidance conflict. And it's when we go to sit down to do the work, norepinephrine will start to increase in our brain. We need that neurotransmitter to take action. However, if dopamine doesn't get released at a higher level than what the norepinephrine goes, you will procrastinate and end up going, and the fridge is more important than that email or the chat and so forth. And we end up not focusing enough and getting to flow state. So the beauty of using AI is actually it's going to help us get through that first hurdle part that's difficult. It's going to release the dopamine like we see when it magically writes this for us. But remember, this is a human in the loop approach. So once you read it, you're going to edit it and make the adjustments, but this will propel you forward. And this particular workflow, like having world's best marketers at your fingertips to help write this. So once that first one's done, we've then got some video short form content, and we've got like the seconds in here, how long it's going to be. And it's got, in this case, we've got curiosity, interest, problem, and then value, and then call to action. And so, ever wondered why some companies excel with AI where others struggle? The difference lies in one fundamental secret that most people overlook. It's not about the technology itself. It's about having a clear and actionable roadmap. Without a strategy, even the best tools won't deliver results. Comment AI roadmap for more insights and follow Multiplai for more entrepreneurial wisdom. So that there has just written it in the what I'd call like the correct form for conversion. And it's done video 2, video 3 for us. And then later on, we're writing social media call to actions for traffic. And so it's got some more of these for us. And then finally, the idea of a Q&A blitz so that you could have a whole range of questions and answers that you can record also to just pump out this high quality, non-generic content that is designed specifically off whatever your transcript has been from a presentation or webinar that you build. All right. How does all this sound? Would this be useful for you to be able to create this off the back of a webinar or presentation? Pop a one in the chat, or a yes or a Y. Fantastic. Okay. Or what about even if you've recorded it and you can hand it off to your team member and they can go and run all this for you, and you know with confidence that your marketing team are going to deliver a really high quality result. Because also think about it that way too. You don't have to do everything yourself. It's all about helping your team also. Okay, so we'll be creating 4 agents today. Our 4 agents are, put them in marketing here, are our video short form content writer, the course trailer, social media call to action, and a video script for the marketing Q&A. The workflow itself is going to look like this one. And once I show you this, then nice, if you could please drop those 2, actually drop the first file in, which is the Flow FridAI video course marketing. If you could drop that into the chat for everyone. And the flow that we'll be creating will look like this one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes to it. So for each agent, there'll be a node, and we're going to give those agents a task. And what we've got in our swipe file, which is in the Word document that we'll be dropping into the chat for you. There it is. So you can grab that one, Flow FridAI. It has the prompts in there for you so that it can give the structured outcome that you need. As part of becoming a flow engineer, one of the underlying skills is being a prompt engineer. So prompting and then working out those flows, they go hand in hand. Okay, so that's the finished version. Let's go into agent creation time now. And we're going to create our first agent. And to do that, navigate through to the agents page and then select on build new agent. And our team are in the background there to give you some support in the chat. And Jace, if there's anything that requires additional attention, I might just pull me up. And so there's a Google Doc that's been shared there. But to begin with, and in the Google Doc, we'll see our first agent is our video course trailer script writer. So I'll just point out on this document that I have got on the screen now, it's got the workflow for video course marketing script writer. We've got agent 1, video course transcript writer, the task, which we'll copy in later when we get to the workflow. And then it's got task agent 2, the video short course form writer and short form content writer, the task, which we'll copy into the workflow instructions later. And then agent 3, which is social media call to action writer. And number 4, our video script writer for marketing QA blitz. Cool. So you can either type that in, the first agent we're going to build now, or good old copy and paste. So we're going to copy this one. And we're just going to paste it into where it says enter agent role. That's essentially giving the agent a name there. Then please select category and click on marketing. Now, once that's in place, we need to write the goal statement, the backstory, and the base instructions for the agent. Once those are written, then we'll go on to selecting a behavior, which will give us some tonality in its conversation or its style. And then we'll also select a DISC personality profile, which also impacts the way that the agent will communicate. So let's go to the top here. Oh, hey, no one has the doc, says Naomi. There's a Google Doc there. Just make sure you click on that link so that you're able to access that one. I can see 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30 people are now onto that document. Great. Okay, cool. So I'll just let you open that one up so that you can copy the first agent name. So video course trailer script writer, copy that one, and then paste it into the name area here. Now, if you'd like to give your agent a face, if you will, we've got an emoji selector there for the moment. I'm just going to put in writer, and soon we'll have some more interesting graphics that we'll get into adding as well. But I'm going to put that one in to remind me that it is a writer. Okay, so all those docs are in the link in the chat there. This is how we'll distribute those during the sessions. Okay, and the session is being recorded so that you can follow along afterwards as well. Okay, yeah, I'd love to go back because you've just got the doc open there. And so what I'd like you to do now is in the agent section, click on Build New Agent and take yourself through to this page here. And once you're there, so you've got your document, copy the agent name, so video course trailer script writer, and then select the name section and paste it in here. Once you've got that in place, I recommend that you add a category of marketing. As you build lots of agents, you want a way to filter those down so they're easier to find. And the next step is we're going to need to get the goal statement written. Now, we don't need to copy and paste anything for this. It's as simple as clicking on generate. And we're going to get the AI to write that before. So GPT-4o is something, 4o, we use 4o, you can use 3.5 or 4, you can choose your model. It does require you to have your own ChatGPT account and put the API keys in. So there's a video on how to do that inside the system, but our support team can certainly help you out with that as well. In the not too distant future, you'll be able to pay for consumption on those. But right now, our intention is to get it as low cost as possible, rather than having a high fee, and you can get it at the bare metal cost. And if you're failed to generate, you may not have a API key in there. So if team can support that on the side, that would be great. Now the next one to do, and so I'll save this one and I'll come back to it in a moment. A goal statement, where does that go? So the goal statement, you just click on generate and it will generate the goal statement for you. Then backstory, click on generate and it will generate the backstory for you. So that this information is not in the document because the AI will write this for us. Then the base instruction is same thing, click on generate and the AI are able to generate that for you as well. Now we can have a brief look at this one so we can see what will happen. Yeah, if you don't have the AI connection, you won't be able to generate that. So part of your setup process, and if this is your first, if this is your first event, you weren't on the earlier one with Business Blueprint or an earlier session, then you may have missed the part that you need to connect your OpenAI account in order to do that. Now, we've got some instructions there for those that need to connect their accounts. What I'd recommend, if you don't have that set up now, follow along to watch today and do the setup afterwards. And we'll also, just to help everyone out, we'll schedule some times for next week that we can just do some open help around setting up your API keys, or even see if we can do one later today with the team as well. So in that case, no stress. This is a marathon, not a sprint, and we're going to be here to support you to make sure you get these set up. In our organizations, we're going to keep setting up flows every week because there's just so much impact that AI can have to really multiply the results for people to be getting 100, 200, 500% output in what they're doing. So absorb today, watch the process, and then we can pick it up for the next session. So what the AI has done here is given a goal statement for that particular role. As the video course trailer writer, I'm responsible for crafting, engaging, compelling scripts and so forth. And because the AI at this point in time, it's not grounded with other information, it's going to come from the large language model and write it based on our back prompting that happens behind the scenes. So everyone's might be slightly different, but it'll be heading in the same direction. The backstory then shares about for the past 8 years, I've honed my craft as a dedicated video course script writer, so it's doing well. And then base instruction. So sharing things like understanding course content, audience analysis, script writing, collaboration, visual coordination, revision and adaptation, and then responding to different types of tasks like writing the trailer scripts for a new course, revising existing script and feedback, creating short social media promo, collaborating with video editors to align visuals and script, researching competitor course trailers, and adapting scripts for different audiences. So it's done a really good job there. Now, if you want to add more, you can. In general, I find that the AI does such a good job that I just leave it there. Now, tone of voice. In this case here, I'm thinking inspirational or it might be authoritative or persuasive. You can choose one. I'm going to choose persuasive. And then from a disc profile, I'll select influential. I'll get those two happening together. So from there, we can create the agent. Now, when you create an agent, you can make it private just for yourself, to your organization, in the near future, public. Now, my recommendation is you start with private first. You run it, you tweak it. When you're happy with it, then release it to your organization so other team members can use it as well. Okay, let me create the agent now, and I'd like you to do the same thing also for those that are set up with their API keys to create the agent. And now it's time for us, so that's our first one. Let's go and do 3 more. So let's go and do the next one. Click on agent again at the top here. Build new agent. So select build new agent. We'll go to our Word document and we'll scroll down till we get to where it says agent 2, video short form content writer. Copy the name of that agent and select where it says enter agent role. You click on that one, paste it in, and you've got your video short form content writer. Add the category of marketing. And if you like, you can add in an icon, an emoji for that image. I'm keeping mine themed with the writer icon. And with that in place, it's now time to select the generate. Do we have to subscribe to the paid version of Raya Pro? You only see that or the waitlist. For those that we've got the business blueprint link for the free trial. Can I get one of the team to drop that in here for our business blueprint members so that is accessible? Once the generate is been selected and we've got our goal statement, we can then select the backstory. So let's generate the backstory. And also the base instructions. Wow, imagine having to write these out yourself. Those days are gone, aren't they? Then I'm going to stick with this persuasive and influential is the way that I'm going to go for this. Now, you imagine once you've done this later on, you can come in and you can retweak your agent and run it again and run some additional prompts. But I'm going to stick with that as our format through these 4. Keep it as private. And we'll publish that agent. Oh, sorry, save changes. Okay. And we'll publish. Now let's go back to the agents. We'll create our 3rd one. Build a new agent. And back to our Word doc to get our 3rd agent name, which is social media call to action writer for traffic. Pop that name in. And we can select the icon or an emoji, sticking with the writer theme. And then category for marketing. And And we're building lots of agents that helps us find it again in the future. And then generating the goal statement. The backstory. Just an idea for maybe Jay or one of the team there. We could possibly even do a Zoom room to help some people out that might be doing some setup. Maybe something Ange could do with their API keys. There's the invite. So if you're a Business Blueprint member and you've only got, if you haven't been on the previous session, to get this link, Rodrigo Regs, our lead AI developer here, has just shared that link with you so that you can get your free access to the account. Please, as a reminder, you still need to connect your OpenAI account, which is running the AI inference, the gas that will generate the code. So you'll need that one as well. And to set that up, the links above show you the step-by-step instructions of how to link that as well. So if you're at that stage where you're feeling a bit stressed because you want to get it set up and all connected, what I recommend now is just follow along, watch what's going on so you can see it for the first time. We'll have our Mr. Miyagi Karate Kid moment. If anyone's done martial arts, you'll remember that the sensei will first show you and then you need to copy. And so at least just watch this the first time, and then later you can watch the video and then copy along afterwards at your own pace, pause and slow it down as well. Okay, base instructions, we'll get to write that one. We're on our third of our 4 agents. Looking good. Can you read as fast as the AI writes? That's the question I've got for you. Goes pretty fast, doesn't it? Okay. From there, we're going to keep that same persuasive and influential approach, persuasive tone of voice, and the DISC personality profile. We'll create that agent. Okay. Publish it. Oops, we've already published it. We'll go back to agents and we'll build a new agent, our 4th agent for today. And our final agent to build, which is our video script writer for Marketing QA Blitz. And if Matt spells marketing properly, that might even be nice as well. So you can make that adjustment. You don't pay me for my spelling, is what I've. All right, and then I'm going to use my writer icon and add that category of marketing. And generate. I think you say to get a rhythm now for those that are onto their 4th agent. If you're still just watching, then you get to see it play out to give you the confidence for next time. Doing great. Backstory. Let's write the backstory. And you can further adjust those because you might want to say that they're a writer for your industry as well. Could be another way to add some additional prompting in there. Now, this case here, because it's a Q&A, it might be that we want to shift this now to professional versus influential. It's up to you. I'm going to go for professional, and I'll go for dominant in directive style. And then finally, we're going to create that agent and we'll move over to creating your first workflow. So that one's done. Let's head on over to workflow. And here, once you're on the workflows page, on the right-hand side, we see build new workflow. Click on build new workflow. And we're going to give it a name. So back to your document, scroll to the very, very top, and you'll see video course marketing script writer. That's the name of this workflow. So copy that and paste it in. There's a good question there from Nassim, which says, can we use the GPT 3.5 model or should we upgrade it and buy a plan? It's over to you. Our recommendation is 4.0 to go with the latest model. It's half the price of 4. It's ridiculously cheap to run. It's unbelievable what's just been presented. The quality and speed is super high. So when you see the speed and the quality coming out on our end, it's coming from 4.0. And when we look at what this can produce in such a short period of time compared to having to pay an hourly rate to do it or opportunity cost of your own time, it is a bargain. We are living in the most amazing time. You can put a further description in there, or you can just click on create that one. Just go click create for today. And it's time for us to add our first task, agent, and if there was a tool, we'd do tool, but today we're just doing task and agent. So click on the node, and you'll notice that on the right-hand side, it's brought up our input panel. Now, on the input panel, we're going to add in the task. Now, this is where you give the description of what you want done. To do that, head back to the document, and you'll see under Agent 1 is a task, which is create a compelling trailer video script for an online course. Now, if that was just the prompt, what we'd get out would be interesting. It would be very different every time in its structure. And so what we want to do here, just like we've got a standard operating procedure in business, is to have like a standard operating procedure here in our prompting so that we get the same structure out every time. So we've got one here for you. And if you go through, you'll see it's got use the below format, video 1, course trailer, time approximately 2 minutes, film with the mentor only, objective style, script breakdown, and it's even got some structure of those. So everything that I showed you before. So let's go through and go all the way to the bottom of page 2 to copy that prompt. Pretty decent sized prompt, I think you'd agree. And where it says a simple task, remove that and paste in that full prompt. Once again, you can think of this like a standard operating procedure. Just you can refresh the screen or zoom in, zoom out. The next step then is the agent. And we're going to select our first agent. So that agent's name was the video course trailer script writer. So if yours are probably easy to see there because all the latest ones are there. So video course trailer script writer, I'm going to assign that agent. And if there was a tool that we'd be adding, we'd move into the tools section. But for this week's flow, we don't need to use an external tool. Now that that's done, go back to the task area, come down to this first node in your flow and click on the plus sign to add the next node. And you can add a node. If you need to put one in between, you could use the plus sign on the top now, but we'll just keep adding them below. Now for this second one, we go back to our Word document and we're going to scroll down to page 3 where we'll see agent number 2 and we'll copy that task prompt for agent number 2. Paste it into the task area. And then from here, it's time to add in your agent. And our second agent name is video short form content writer. The video short content writer will assign that agent. And once again, we've got no tools to add today. All we need to do is go and add our next node. So using the plus sign at the bottom of the node that shows our video short form content writer, we'll add that, click on the plus sign, and then head back to our Word document. Agent number 3, our social media call to action writer for traffic. And we're going to copy the task, not the agent. So copy the task there. Paste it in. Doing really great. We're very close to running this workflow. We've got one more to add. So select your agent for this one. So our social media call to action writer, add that agent in and add our final node, in our flow. Scroll down to page number 4 for the video script writer for Marketing Q&A Blitz, and we'll copy out that task. Final prompt, sorry, page 5, I think it's 5. Paste in the task. And then we'll add the agent, which is our final agent, our video script writer for Marketing Q&A Blitz, and we'll assign that agent. And with that agent assigned, you can then publish your flow. Now, once again, before you push it to the organization, we always recommend doing it privately first as a really important discipline as a flow engineer that you then go and test, have a look at the output, the outcome, you're happy with it, and you decide that it's something you'd like others in the organization to use, then you can republish it back to organization so that everyone can access it. Okay. Just give everyone another sec there. And the final stage is to make this happen. So head back over to the chat. And nice, if you could put the transcript document into the Zoom chat for everyone so that can be downloaded, please. Hi, Naomi. I think at the moment, rather than setting up the separate Zoom room, we set up separate sessions where you can come on for those. We'll set up a booking calendar for that. So Jay, if you can take note of that so we can help everyone through this early stage process. That way we can give you some one-on-one support. Here we go. Here's the transcript document. Now, if we can please download this as a Word or PDF file. So download a Word or PDF file. I also add, so we'll set up some separate times, see if we can get one today, but also Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, we'll allocate some times that will be specifically around getting you started with connections of open API accounts or just registering on the system. Those sessions won't be for one-on-one training. It'll just be to get you connected. All the training sessions will happen in a group environment like this one. The key though, realize you got to get up and into the system to get the real value. And we want you to get that as fast as possible. Yeah, and Bernie, and if it's new to look for things like API keys, once we do it together with one of the team members, either watch the video, follow it along, or otherwise, I know it's so much nicer if you've got someone beside you to guide you, and it will be done in minutes in reality. So let's help you along with that. And you're most welcome. I think, like a lot of these things, we're going to go through the approach avoidance conflict in this as well, because it's so new. You can all feel a bit overwhelming at first, but I really say stick to this. Let us know when you're struggling, especially on those ones, so we can help you out. The returns on this that are coming for your businesses, especially with what we've got coming next, mind-blowingly impactful right across your entire business. But let's run this first one. So if please download that document so that it's either a Word or a PDF document. And the first thing we go to do is upload the document in the chat by selecting on the file. Now you notice here that you can either upload a file, you can specifically reference your OneBrain account, or even now if you've got Microsoft, we can navigate through to OneDrive. Soon we'll see Google in there as well. So I'm going to do from this PC and upload the document that it's called transcript. Now this is my 1 hour long transcript. It's just under 10,000 words for that 1 hour transcript from doing a presentation. So that's a fair bit of content for the AI to have a look at it for us. But now all those marketing pieces, all those agents that we brought together, they're going to work based on that piece of content. So every time you produce something new, and remember, you can get the AI to write you a script for what you want to say, and then you can record that and then give it to this particular flow to now go and write you all your scripts based on that content itself as well. But I think people are looking for original content, not just what the AI has written. And that's really, all your knowledge over the years and what you've got expertise in, how you help your clients succeed. That's the stuff that people really want to hear versus what just AI will generate on its own. Now, with this one, I'm going to use audio. I prefer to use the audio versus typing. Please create a set of video marketing scripts for an online course that is located in the document that I've uploaded. Please also include some social media scripts as well. Now, I'm going to copy and paste that prompt for you into the chat. Am I going to do that? No, I'm not, because I'm on a different system for that one. So I'm going to type it over here for you so you've got it. Please create. You were typing fast. Good on you, Lisa. That's fantastic. Or if you can just copy, I'm going to type and put it anyway, but you might beat me by typing by watching what's on the screen. You can just, I'll zoom in so you can see it. Please create a set of video marketing scripts for an online course that is located in the document. I put applied, but I should have put I've uploaded. Please so include some social media scripts. Okay, there we go. Fix mine up over here a bit. Now, I didn't actually direct it to do the course trailer. So if I prompt this and I don't get the workflow out that I'm after, I can always re-prompt again to pick up that workflow. But let's see how Raya goes with my response here. We'll scroll down a bit. Yep, Raya found the workflow. And so I'm going to run that workflow. So I'm going to allow, and we're going to remove that step shortly so that we make it a bit faster. And Raya's pulled together the workflow with our agents, and then we can view details so we can watch Raya produce these on the side. Okay, course trailers written in 8 seconds. Happy with that. Video short form content writer was done in 8 seconds. Now you'll notice if you use a model other than 4.0, it'll take longer for the results to come out because it's going off to the AI model to get it to do what's called the inference, is to have it execute its work and then send the information back. We had social media call to action writer was done in 6 seconds, and that video script writer for the Q&A was done in 10 seconds. All right, now I've got a question for you. If you needed to write all of these yourself, how much time do you think it might take, roughly, to write all of these scripts? If you could do it without interruption, that's probably the, let alone with interruption. How much time roughly do you think you might spend to write all of this? Oh, to open the window on the right, underneath here it says View Details. So underneath your agents that it will be running, click on View Details and it will open up. Anyone put a stab in the dark how much time you might spend to write this? Or would it be maybe even I probably just wouldn't even get around to writing it because it's like, it's not my freaking days. Well done, Martin. But yeah, you just never get around to it, right? So it's like, and I come back to this psychology and physiology part of the approach avoidance conflict comes out. Norepinephrine goes up high. That's even if you're got enough energy to sit down and do this thing. And I know I've previously been lost in, I've been wanting this for months. Oh, that's Jason. We go to sit down and do it. And next thing you go, how do I structure that piece of content? Often go to the research to try and find out how to structure it. Then you come back to it and there's a distraction. And we just get to this point where this stuff doesn't get done and then we get stuck and not being able to keep up or compete with others out there. Now, I believe right now we've got this amazing opportunity to propel ourselves forward in front of the competition And the game is to stay on top of this AI so our businesses do stay out in front, because others will catch up in time. The good news I've got for you is that, I'm not sure if I might have shared with this in the other session, one of our CEO of our people business was over in the US recently, and a few weeks ago now, and in a room full of 500 CEOs, all with some pretty decent sized organizations, they were asked who here has got a clear AI roadmap for their business, and only 2 out of 500 of those CEOs were able to put their hands up. Now, that's a real insight that people are struggling on how to apply it. And so this is the new skill to learn. And so our role here is to help you learn these new skills. You'll be able to see a lot more over at our YouTube channel, AI Powered People. And soon, in the next couple of weeks, we'll be releasing our how to build your own AI strategic roadmap for your organization. It's going to give you the guidance of thinking, where can I apply AI? What will the tools be and how will I actually do it? It's going to give you the guidance so you can think in a big picture. Right now we're coming in and replacing some tasks, and we're learning some tactics, and we're building our skill set, but we're going to lift you up a level so you can look at the whole business as a whole to see where this is going to apply. All right, thanks team. That takes us through to our hour. And it's got one here. I've been trying to use the research agent in a workflow and I'm stuck. Make sure you supply the Q parameter. Viewers don't know where this Q parameter comes up. So the Q parameter, what this one refers to is when the research agent, when it's connected to the tool of web search. So let me take you to that one so I can show you where it is. Go into workflow. And if this is something like the article from the internet, it's a good one to do. We'll get a video up from this one and the swipe content so you can connect it. So here it says, search for the article on websites and news from the internet about the topic. Make sure to supply the Q parameter when using the web search tool. Q is the subject or what the search keyword is going to be. Now, what's happening here is this particular agent in its task is going to talk to the tool of the web search tool. And when one program, essentially this AI, is going to talk to that tool, it needs to send a very special message, which is a function call, through to its application program interface. Now, the web search tool, in its API, application program interface, it needs to understand what is the keyword to search on. And out of all that information, where is that keyword? And it needs this parameter of Q associated to it so that it can connect to it. And as a result, that is what it needs for it to work. So this is a very important one with the researcher when it's really associated with the web search tool, that this little bit of content needs to go in. You don't need to worry about the Q when you're writing your prompt, when you're chatting with the AI. It will figure that out. So when you're chatting to Ray and you'd say, hey, I'd like you to create me an article based on the latest research on the internet on the topic of ABCD, it's going to figure out the topic as Dale's done the one of, how to, what's the best age for children to learn to swim, for example. Well, that is what Q will be. That will be the keyword in this example. And so when you connect your tool set of the search, make sure of the web research, make sure you have this particular statement in. Okay. Thanks, Martin. It's going to drop off. Can I upload an audio file for the agent to transcribe it and create a summary of blog posts? Riggs, have we got that yet, or that's coming? I know it's on the to-do list. Last night was released the ability to upload the documents, upload images in the chat, but audio, I think, is still coming. But certainly transcription will be there in the not too distant future. I'll make it nice and easy. Well, Richard said, I signed up and shared with over 3,000 on Facebook. The system says I have shared with none. Someone reach out to Richard direct to understand that a bit more. Hey, thanks. Oh, thanks, Lisa. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Philip, thank you. Thank you, everybody. We'll take it as a wrap now, as we'll end our Flow Friday. Thanks for being here. Next week's session will actually be a pre-recorded one because our dev team are getting together for 2 days of innovation. And what will come out of that in benefit for everyone here will be even more mind-blowing than anything you've seen so far. That's our planning session to bring out some new technologies. This will also be put onto YouTube, so you can see it there. I'm sure it'll get posted in the Business Blueprint Facebook community as well. And then it'll be live every Friday from 11 a.m. onwards. It'll be myself or one of our team will be here as well. You might see Jay, our product manager, or one of our developers joining as well. So thanks, everybody. Continue to fall in love with AI as you start to take this journey forward. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. We're going to be here right beside you every step of the way to help you really exceed and multiply your results with AI. Bye, everyone. My name is Kesby. See you next week.